Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today it is finally time to showcase the newest free-to-play unit, Misery. It took me a little bit to get her enhancements and everything in her gear done because I don't have any of the new meta units, so it took me a little bit longer to get, all the required stuff. But she is finally done. We have her Awakened Sword and Awakened Maid outfit, and her skills are up to level 9, and that's plenty fine. I don't need to wait another 4 days before we get level 10s on everything. But let's quickly go over her very quickly. She's defense, which is fine. She's a support character. She's physical based, which makes sense because the entire Space 2.0 meta is physical damage. And she is a single target ult with no extra ult skill, so again, they are restricting those extra ult buffs to just summonable units, so not free-to-play units and not octograms still. Her first skill increases all green gauges by 28%, and then green damage by 15%. So it's kind of a combination of the orb change from Light Rimuru and the orb change from Light Xion, just all combined into one. So that's very good. I like it. It can work very well. And then her second skill is a single target heal for up to 35%, but we're sitting at 33 right now. So, Space, I guess for this meta, needed a healer because you're supposed to not take as much damage as possible. On other teams, it's not really necessary. Healers aren't that important right now. I'm sure they will be. I thought they would be much more important with these defense stages that are out, but it's not the case. But we can definitely use her for her very good one skill. And sadly, again, I don't have the new space team, so we're going to showcase her on other teams where she can run very well, in case you also don't have the new space meta. So without further ado, let's try her out. Alright, so first fight we're going to go into is Crucible 90 versus Milim and Hakuro. So this is the team we're going to use for fun. We've got Cabby because it runs on greens, Valentine because greens, Hero, obvious reasons, Shuna for the ult boost, Misery because, she's the showcase point, and she's also boosting greens, which, you combine her boost and Cabby's boost, and sure, you only need like one run of Cabby and then you're full forever. And then Carrion's here for his single target and his crit boost as well. I could easily flip him and Rimuru, it really doesn't matter. We're just going for another single target since we only have 2 primary space single targets here. But let's try it out. I don't foresee this team having very many issues because Cabby gives us so much already. I think it's just an issue of getting Cabby online, which we have 2 blue orb changers here. So if we have turn 1, we have like 2 oranges and 2 blues, then we're pretty much set. And then we can just use Valentine turn 2 and Misery turn 2. And how does it play out? Well, okay. It's a lot of Val right there. So let's do Carrion. Actually, let's just use hers and then get her out of the way. So let's just use that orb change. And then we'll bring Misery in here for Valentine. And then we'll just kind of leave it. And then next turn, we will have at least 3 greens, and then we'll bring Valentine back in, boost with Cabby, boost with Misery, and then we'll pretty much be set. Yeah, we're pretty much set. Look at that. Alright, defense down, that's fine. So we're going to pop Cabby, so that's 150% to all gauges. Alright, and then we'll take out Shuna for Val. And then we'll use her orb change, and we'll make that a full green hand, and then we'll go ahead and send it. We don't have enough points to use Misery's green boost, but now we do. So let's do that next. Alright, and yeah, she shouldn't die from this. How much does she do on this 200%? 85. That's not terrible. It could be better, but she is defense growth at the end of the day, so... Alright, I want to see how much she does with... how much damage her greens do with her buff. So we're going to burn her ult on Milim, and then we'll send the hero away. And then we'll try and get some more greens going. So Misery, let's watch the ult, the first one of the day. Dual wielding. The alts look good. It's just, I'm not a big fan of their animations this entire meta so far. Like, Velzard is okay, Guy is okay, Rain is... I'm not a big fan of Rain's. Giant plasma cannon, cool, whatever, but... Okay, we get 1 green. My Guy goes... Huh. I guess we're just gonna do this. We'll try and burn out these oranges. We might not get another hand of greens. That might be a problem. Millam's gone. Alright, 43. Can we get more greens, please? Okay, well at least we won't do a lot of damage, right? Funny. Very, very funny. Greens. You gave me 1 green. Okay, you know what? We have points to spare, and you don't have any orbs, so... Fine. We'll do this. We'll play the game. And then we'll have that 1 green, and then we'll use another orb change. Hopefully we have enough points to do everything. Alright, okay, there we go. Full green hand. Now they're boosted. So she did like 85 and something on the 200% hit the first time around. So let's see how much she does now. If he should live, because we haven't really used anything else. Okay, yes. So we maybe like 10,000. 96. Okay, not quite 10. Unfortunate, but now we can end it with her ult and give her some boosts. So we'll bring Shuna in, who again doesn't have any orbs. So we'll ult boost here. We will crit boost, and then we'll crit boost with Carrion. And that'll be that. And let's get the heal on Carrion, because, you know, he's low, and... Boop. Almost full. I mean, that's a pretty decent chunk of health right there. So let's see how much she does with 2 major buffs, and then a little bit extra from Carrion. And she does 52-3. You know what? That's not terrible. You know, we're missing like a big like base attack boost or the space boost from Millam. 53 with just the ult and the crit for a defense character. I'll take that. Let's change up teams now, because Cabby I don't think needs any other boosters. Like, let's be real about it. Let's try out the light team now. Alright, so fight number 2, we're going to move Misery into a supporting role on EX3 Light Tempered Edge. So, obviously the green team, or the light team runs on greens, so boosting those even more is great, and as I mentioned earlier, her one skill kind of takes the place of both Xion and Rimuru, which allows us to use those at a later time and continue to stack up the Pierce power on Xion and Shizu. So I think this should work out actually pretty well, because we're going to be boosting our greens by quite a bit on multiple turns. Because normally you'd use like the 2 orb changes and you'd call it good and you wouldn't use them again. And you get 1 hand of boosted greens and with damage and gauge increase. But now we can get 2 of those, and I think it should work pretty well, which is why I'm confident going into EX3. This fight could take a while, but, you know, we'll find out. And I totally forget who I need to kill first. I think it's Xion, because she's the DPS. So, okay. I guess that works out. I don't want to really lose Rimuru, but we don't really have an option now, do we? Alright, let's bring her out and we'll start working on a Xion ult. There's guard, 54, 44. That's a lot of misery right there. Oof, oof, oof. Alright. Okay, so we can get protection gauge next turn. We haven't really had a chance to use any skills though, which is kind of important. So let's go ahead and use the rewind now. And then we can burn out these blues. Or do we burn out the miseries? I think we burn out the miseries. Yeah. Yes? Okay, let's burn the miseries. Okay, this is not working. We are getting no greens whatsoever. Alright, so we can do this, though. We can use Misery's buff. Alright. And then we can change these three. So let's go ahead and bring in Rimuru now. For, let's say... Actually, let's swap them both out. We'll bring in Rimuru and we'll bring in Shinsha. And then we can use maybe... If I want some alt gauge... Actually, so, okay, yeah, we'll do double duty right here. So we'll put the Pierce Resistance down on Xion. So now the greens are now double boosted. So I guess quadruple boosted. So protection gauge increased by 20, overall gauge increased by 28, damage by 15, and alt gauge by 50%. So greens are doing a lot for us, and we're going to have a whole hand of them. Which I believe is a 2/2/2, right? Yeah, so this might even get Rimuru and Shinsha's alt. I don't really know. Okay, well, we're 2/3 of the way there, but it's still a lot, right? And we have another Shizu. We've got all... We're what? We're 1 point away. Okay, and we're on turn 2. So next turn, we have quite a few options. We could alt with Xion. We could use the hero buff, we could use her buff, and we'd still have left over for, I think, one more skill. Okay, ow, ow, ow. Alright, so the Pierce Resistance is already on, so we don't really need to worry about Rimuru anymore. So we could do the light boost, that, and then, yeah, so let's do that. Let's light boost it up. And then we will get the hero in here. Rimuru only has one orb. I don't think that one orb is going to give us anything, though. Actually, it might. It might. Okay, let's keep him in here. Bring in the hero. We'll use the crit, and then we'll use the attack buff. And now we are up to 100% guaranteed, and I think that's 40%. Pierce power? Yeah, 40%. Alright, so guaranteed Pierce here. Pierce resistance down, attack up, crit up, light up, technically the ult up as well by that 10%. So let's go ahead and send this. Yeah, it does not get us Reamer's ult. That is unfortunate. But I think we should kill Xion here. We don't need to watch that. Bye-bye. 97,000. Okay. Crit pierce, crit pierce, crit pierce. I love it. Love to see it. How much does this final hit do? 42,000 damage, and then she's going to heal, probably. No heal. Okay. And, ooh, see, yeah, look at this now. We're not stacking anymore. But what we can do is we can use both of the orb changes for Rimuru and Xion, bring in Shinsha for the hero, since she has no orbs, use her change, and then we can bring Misery back in for Shinsha, and we're not losing anything, and we have enough to use her buff as well, which means that these orbs are now, again, triple boosted, I believe. Yeah, triple boosted. By the same percentages, we're just missing the extra ult gauge increase that the Pierce debuff gave. But now, like, we're working pretty good right here. I like her on the light team. And we have ults for Rimuru and Xion. We'll have full points, another protection gauge. Yeah, okay. Alright, there's the heal right there. That's what I was waiting for. But I think we'll be okay. Because... we just do this again. Well... no, yeah, we can't, because that costs too much. If I were to wait a turn, I could use the buff now. And then get some... I think, yeah, we'll do that. So we'll do this, and then we'll bring in Rimuru, or we'll take out Rimuru and Xion. And then we'll send these greens, which will get us points. Yeah. Okay. And then next turn, we'll bring Rimuru and Xion back in, use the crit buff, and then Shinsha's gonna go bye-bye. Yeah. Alright, everyone has orbs. Everyone does have orbs. So you have 2, and you have 1. We don't... Do we have enough to use her light buff as well? I guess it doesn't... No, we don't. Alright, so we'll have to make do with this. So you can come out, and then we'll use the crit buff again. So if Xion has retained her Pierce and her other skill, we're going to give her another guaranteed Pierce. And, you know, this this will be the end of it. If she lives Xion and Rimuru, we still have the hero, who also has crit and Pierce, and then we have, you know, follow-ups. So this actually works really well. Ooh, she did live. And then Rimuru comes in. Wow, she lived Rimuru too. I guess he's not the biggest damage dealer. But, alright, there we go. The hero finished up with 9,000 damage. Alright, that... I like this team a lot. That worked incredibly well. And you didn't have to use the orb changes immediately, which means you can hold it later on down the line. Or you could use it because it's 2 skills versus 1. It still worked really well. Is there another team I can use her on that would work as well? I'll think on it. Alright, we're going to try one more team, and I forgot that the Water 1.0 team ran on greens as well, so Chloe will work well with Valentine, who will work well with Misery, because we already tried Valentine and Misery on the Cabby team. So now we get the ult boost, which we technically don't need Shuna here anymore, because we're already getting the ult boost. So we could, you know, put Alice on here. In fact, she would probably be better because she'd be an orb changer, so let's do that, actually, for funsies. Hinata will be our DPS, and we could swap her for Belzar to flip or flop them, it really doesn't matter. But I think this team should also run fairly well, because, you know, Chloe is making orbs, Alice is making orbs, Misery is boosting orbs, Valentine's making orbs, Velzard, as you know, is a very, very capable DPS, and then Xion is giving us that massive support from both the magic attack and the crit buff, so we don't need the hero either. So we're going to go into EX Ifrit for the last fight with this water team and Space and Wind, and we'll see how it goes. I don't foresee... I mean, Ifrit does hit hard, but I think this team can just outright out-DPS him before anyone dies. Hopefully. Maybe. Because if we can get a whole hand of greens and then we get the green boost, then we're going to have probably at least 2 ults, of which we're going to have, at minimum, 40% ult boost. At minimum. So let's see how it goes. Oh, you know, okay then. We will go with that. So I think we'll just take out Alice for now, and then we'll run with this. And yeah, we'll work on getting ults then, since the game refuses to give us green orbs on a showcase of a unit that wants greens. Alright, that's a little better. So you change oranges. So we need this blue here. Okay. So we got another blue coming, so we'll need Alice for that. So let's go ahead and work on this. This will get us Chloe. Hopefully we don't get any more blues next turn, but we can use... Yeah, we don't get any oranges. Alright. So then I guess we can do this then. So let's use her orb change. Okay. Let's use Alice's orb change, and we can also get you out of here because you're almost dead. Alright, we'll do this, and then we can bring Misery in for Alice. And then we'll boost these up even more. And now, how much are we getting boosted by on greens? Skill point increase, gauge increase, and damage. And then next, do we need to use Chloe here? We probably should, but it'd be kind of a waste. No, I don't think we need to do it here. So let's just go ahead and send these. This gets us Hinata and Shion's ult. Or maybe we do. Because we might go over cap. Okay, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it that way we can get some boost. Oh, my game is laggy. Okay. Alright, let's see how far above the cap we go. 96 points. So 108. So we're 2 off. Holy crap, why am I so laggy? Oh. Okay, hold on. Looks like my computer might need a break. Okay, we're still a little bit laggy, but I think that's just because the background is fire. We've got 2 ults and 2 orbs. It's all flashy, and I think BlueStacks is just kind of failing. But we have skill points because I don't know if you know, but I sharded Hinata up to 84 just to give her a little bit extra power for this Jubilee. So we actually got her trait coming into effect that gives us 110 skill points, which means that we can use both the magic and crit buff on Xion, but I can't use Hinata's buff yet. So we're going to see if we can just straight up kill here with these 2 buffs, because they are also boosted by 40%. So we do have triple buffs on, and I think this should work out, and I think he is going to die. So let's find out. Xion does 29.7. Hinata, even without her attack and crit damage boost, does... Oh, he's dead. Okay. Bye. Alright, I mean, so that worked out well. Maybe Ifrit's not the best test for this, because you probably want to get Chloe active a few times, get those point cap up, and then nuke, along with Hinata's boost, maybe a few of her extra ult boosts. But I mean, if you need green buffs, Misery buffs greens, and Chloe runs on greens. So, I mean, even in a longer fight, I think she'd fit very well on that team. So, yeah, overall, I think we can call this a video. I'm fairly impressed with Misery, but not because of her personal performance. It's what she can bring to the team, which even in this new space meta, she is a support unit, right? She's there to buff greens, which Guy makes greens, and she's there to heal the damage you take when you use Rain's skill, which, you know, hurts herself. So I get her point, and she works, I would assume, very well on that team. But even as a support unit on off-meta teams, the light, the wind, the old water, she's still a fantastic support. You know, another healer is good. We don't really need him a lot, but she can fit the role, and she's buffing very strong teams. Light team is still, I would call light maybe number 2, honestly, because I'd probably put water number 1, light number 2, and space number 3, personally. In terms of fun usage, water team is blues all over the place and you do tremendous damage. Light is really good for burst, and then space is, I think, a kind of a worse water because you don't stack as fast because you're not getting as many skill points. But she works pretty much anywhere you can fit a green orb, so I think she's a good unit to support. Of course, she's a free 6 stars, so you should always build them out. Why not? You get crystals and rewards for doing that. So let me know what you guys think of Misery and her overall performance, and if you have used her on the new space team, let me know how well you think she works there as well. So that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you later.